Now, a Target 12 consumer investigation, contractor crackdown. This is a case Target 12 has been tracking for years.
And it's a classic example of why you should check your contractor's registration and hang on to every receipt. Let's get right to Target 12 consumer investigator Susan Campbell with the details.
Target 12 and the state of Rhode Island have been trying to find Eric Boise for months. It wasn't until Boise saw himself in promos for this report that he reached out to us. He didn't want to do an on-camera interview, but over the phone, he denied doing anything wrong in this case. But we'll show you a stack of evidence from the state that says otherwise.
I already shut my business down because of you.
Target 12 was there in 2011 when a dispute between contractor Eric Boise and a Burrillville homeowner got out of control.
Smile, ha.
The homeowner hired Boise to build a garage, but fired Boise for what he called shoddy workmanship. When the homeowner tried to get his money back for building materials that were purchased, things got heated.
This is why contractors go out of business, okay?
Listen.
Because homeowners like that don't want to pay.
The contractor's registration and licensing board ruled against Boise, and his registration was suspended. But we found out years later he was still taking jobs as a contractor in Rhode Island without a registration.
It was just one thing after another.
Jessica DeRocher hired Boise in July of 2014 to update her bathroom.
It's just been a nightmare, and it still isn't finished.
Jessica says the work was shoddy and improper plumbing caused her basement to flood. She even says Boise returned the toilet she had purchased and kept the cash for himself.
You know, you trust him coming into your own home, says he's going to show up, never shows up, never finishes the work. And it's very depressing.
Jessica documented everything and filed a complaint with the contractor's registration and licensing board. And according to this case file we obtained, the board again ruled against Boise, saying he performed negligent and improper work, conducted plumbing work without a plumber's license, substantially violated the Rhode Island State Building Code, and performed work without a valid certificate of registration. He now owes Jessica $2,750, but it's been 10 months and he hasn't paid up. The state wants to take him to court.
We still haven't been able to find him, unfortunately.
We tried to track him down too. We called several times and went to his address listed on those documents.
Are you Eric?
Eric Boise's name was on the mailbox, but his dad told me he hasn't seen Boise in months.
Where does he live now?
He's on the road.
What do you mean on the road?
Working on the road. That's all I can tell you.
And he doesn't have an address?
No. Nope. Nope.
But that address is exactly where state police found Boise over the weekend. They arrested him on a charge of obtaining money under false pretenses in an unrelated case out of North Providence. According to the police report, Boise took a job in September of this year to repair a roof and build a deck. Boise charged $1,500 for labor. The homeowner agreed to pay for the materials. But according to the report, Boise allegedly returned $415 worth of those materials and kept the cash. Boise's due in court next week. And now that the registration board knows where to find him, the executive director of the board tells me he's hopeful the state will finally be able to move forward with Jessica's case. So again, Boise didn't want to talk on camera, but over the phone, he denied working as a contractor and said he never made any money from Jessica. Boise also told me he had no idea the state was looking for him. We also reached out to Boise's attorney. He has not called back. With the Target 12 investigator, Susan Campbell, Eyewitness News.
New details in a Target 12 consumer investigation. Contractor crackdown. On Eyewitness News live at 5. We update you on a case we've been tracking now for years.
We discovered a Woonsocket man was still taking jobs as a contractor in Rhode Island, even though his registration was suspended back in 2011. New at 6, consumer investigator Susan Campbell breaks down what you need to know before you hire someone to work on your home.
There are a few important things to keep in mind. Do your homework, get several estimates, and get a contract in writing.
The plumbing work for the toilet and the vanity wasn't up to code.
Jessica DeRocher admits she made a mistake when she hired Eric Boise to do work on her Woonsocket home.
but it was through a friend, so I thought it was okay.
If Jessica had checked with Rhode Island's Contractors Registration and Licensing Board, she would have realized Boise's registration had been suspended since this hearing in 2011, when a dispute between Boise and a Burrillville homeowner got out of control.
That's why contractors go out of business, because it's like him.
The board ruled against Boise in that case and Jessica's case, and his suspended registration landed him on the state's contractor watch list. He's one of more than 2,000.
Some of them are real bad, unscrupulous contractors.
The board has 4 investigators to keep tabs on all of them. We've learned each investigator has a caseload of about 25 to 30 cases at any given time.
So there's quite a few cases that are currently open. We probably average about 2 or 3 claims a day.
So before you hire someone to do work on your home, there are some things to keep in mind. First, check for a valid registration and insurance.
Get references from people that have used the contractor.
Even call your city or town's building officials to see if the contractor has worked in the community. Then make sure you have a written contract. Some things to include: a list of materials that will be used, the start and completion dates, the total price, and a payment schedule.
A lot of times it's a third. Some people like 50% up front. I kind of shade away from that. I'll give you 50% after you deliver the materials to my property.
Before you make the final payment to your contractor, you should check to make sure all of the subcontractors have been paid and that there are no mechanics liens on your property. We have more tips right now on our website, WPRI.com. With the Target 12 investigator, Susan Campbell, Eyewitness News.